Welcome to my presentation on improving approaches toward middle grade students. I'm Michelle Chen, and I hope to help administrators and teachers understand their students better while promoting a healthy atmosphere that is conducive to all forms of academic growth. In understanding adolescent development and its potential challenges, we must know what we're facing. So, middle school age children face identity trials, transitional difficulties, social drama, higher academic expectations, as well as a physically developing brain. So, as educators and administrators, we must have a better understanding of the limitations on adolescents' behavior and ways to address their situation so that they can fulfill their full potential both academically and socially. Some keywords I'll introduce to you today are anxiety, intensity, uncertainty, identity, intimacy. So, these words define the era of the adolescent and pre-adolescent years. And I'm sure, as you know, your own time in middle school is probably stereotyped in conversations as very immature, stressful, heading into the unknown. And during the transition into middle and high school, students often face many social issues outside of academics, including bullying, over-sexualization, mental health concerns, peer relationships, as well as academic pressure resulting from increased complexity and volume of work they're required to complete for classes and for the approval of their teachers and parents. We have solutions for educators involving didactics, which is efficiency in performing the duties of a teacher like a machine does, philetics, which is encouraging warmth, sensitivity, and concern in the educator's demeanor, and heuristics, which involves intellectual security and flexibility when engaging with students as they learn many new subjects. Fenster, Matcher, and Richardson's moral qualities are highly useful when engaging with pre-adolescents and adolescents, and instilling these qualities in these students, which are honesty, courage, tolerance, compassion, respect, and fairness, is a highly fulfilling endeavor and makes educators and administrators appreciate these brief, fleeting years much more than they would have if they did not actively attempt to instill these positive traits in our children to prepare them for the future teenagers and adults they will become. One of my favorite quotes is that highly qualified teachers must go beyond content knowledge in fulfilling the task of educating a student and negotiating all of their needs in the classroom and beyond. Some essential ideas for improvement are for teachers to increase students' willingness to learn, provide a supportive social environment, embrace the opportunity for these valuable years in teaching and learning from your students, while implementing researched educational theory into classroom teaching. For students, they can communicate with teachers and parents more, participate in differentiated instruction that teachers are encouraged to do, demonstrate more engagement, empathy, and acceptance toward all, while engaging more with communities beyond the classroom. Parents can reinforce classroom lessons at home, communicate more with students, teachers, and parents so they can address immediate concerns and praise students for welcome behavior, and model greater citizenry and community involvement. Administrators can continue interviewing teachers so that they have the required qualifications, test them out as workers, and for their positive effect on the community and their students, provide greater professional development that is funded, and provide leadership for the entire Jello Bowl of the school community, which is the entirety of the school environment, including positive relationships between teachers and students, as well as a positive atmosphere that provides insulation against negative behaviors and traits such as bullying, ostracization, isolation, ganging up on individuals, to provide a healthy, both physically and mentally, Jello Bowl that holds together a successful school environment. For teachers, you can create amazing curriculums by using parallel and collaborative teaching to enrich a multidisciplinary curriculum, promote mastery learning over memorization and evaluation, and make sure to not give up looking beyond grades and high-stakes testing. You must directly accommodate real-world concerns and students' identities in your teaching with an eye to the developmental issues and abilities that your students have. Emphasizing student voices and choices through differentiated instruction is also an excellent technique to accelerate your students' success and potential. Understanding that self-concept clarity and self-esteem are more important for educational success than academic abilities in history is based on scientific research that understands the motivations behind students' uncertainties, thoughts, and functioning. Some keywords and terms are curriculum integration, the ability to challenge grades, the idealized society of grade elimination, allowing students to become agents of change, providing longer study periods, combining larger classes, allowing students the opportunity to assess themselves, understanding multiple intelligences, incorporating it in the classroom, providing more formative assessments that do not require grades, stimulating background knowledge, tolerating risks and mistakes, providing high expectations, enforcing a growth mindset, and understanding the importance of neuroeducation on your students' behavior. Oftentimes, adolescents cannot control their behavior due to having a greatly developing brain that is still transforming in the prefrontal cortex as well as gray matter and hippocampus. So understanding their propensity for greater risk-taking as well as a sensitivity to emotional regulation can help educators demonstrate greater acceptance of their adolescents' more immature behavior, because you cannot judge your students' abilities based on those of adults. Some advice for administrators are to inspire your educators to engage with their students and nurture them to their full potential. You must understand the different operational stages at students' grade levels just as much as if you were educators yourselves. The value of intensive training, hard work, and building a knowledge base over intrinsic motivation is based on biological and evolutionary theories on primary and secondary skills, where secondary skills are only developed through hard training and practice. Education is a technology that tries to make up for what the human mind is innately bad at, says Jeremy Genovese in his research study. And one of my favorite quotes, it highlights how much education can be modified through the welcoming leadership of administrators and consideration for substantial scientific research into education and educating middle schoolers. For concerns right now, education practice have stagnated due to focuses on curriculum, instruction, assessment, and modes of service delivery while neglecting child and adolescent development. In order to address gaps in professional preparation in staff members and creating a healthy, gellable school culture, we must understand the problems and solutions ahead. Some no-nos are authoritarian organization and management, underdevelopment students, staff members, and parents, neglecting neurological research, and you must provide change governance and management, separate parent teams and professional support teams, provide a comprehensive school plan, including social and academic components, develop and train your staff, provide substantial assessment and modifications, provide no-fault problem-solving, consensus decision-making, and collaboration. These ideas are drawn from the Yale Study Center School Development Program study, and I hope that you will take these considerations into mind. Some further considerations are to anticipate substantial resistance to this culture of thoughtful reflection because of a history of unsustainability and long-time resistance to developmental pedagogy. You must prevent staff burnout and turnover by providing a welcoming culture and increasing morale and preventing teachers from leaving. Make sure that teachers understand they are able to create change, and have administrators accredit preparation programs based on child development knowledge, have university leadership help educators use developmental principles, and fund school-wide transformations from the top down. Overall, there are many interventions into adolescent education today where educators should become more understanding and empathetic of middle schoolers and their behavior due to neuroeducation and new findings in educational theory, and propose the ideal interventions into more successful middle schoolers and healthier adult futures. Administrators can support educators and students by providing financial and development support for a whole school atmosphere that is healthy and supportive for all.